Great day, beautiful people. Back with you guys talking about tarot. Today, I'm excited, y'all. Today, we're talking about the King of Swords. Now, recently, we've talked about the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and now the King of Swords. I said Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, and now the King of Swords. Tongue-tied, y'all. A lot of tarot talking today. I am excited about this card because at the bottom of the deck, we got the Empress. And so I'm very much feeling like we're going to be talking about parenthood today. But before we dive into that, I want to talk about, again, the fact that the king is the culmination, is the fullness of the sword's energy, which talks about the mind, right? This is very much about the mind, right? He even is equipped with some feathers on his wrist, right? So this understanding, though, that the mind is not the only authority. This is how the King of Swords becomes the King of Swords, is that he understands that although his mind is sharper than anyone in this deck, right? Well, we could talk about some of the players in the major arcana. Okay, we won't talk about, but of all the kings, sharpest mind here. Okay, you want him on your council. He's often depicted as the stern father. I would say that that's not even an accurate depiction because he is the king, he has balance, his yin and his yang, right? So there is no sternness because I do not have to put a hold on you for you to listen to me. I do not have to put a hold or a force or a control, right? Because that's what stern means. It means control. There's some control there. And so the King of Swords is not stern. Maybe in the reverse, he's the stern father, but in the upright, in a harmonious King of Swords, understands that his mind is a tool, but not the authority. He understands that spirit, that universe, that love. And I'm looking up and I see the moon. It's daytime, but you know how you can see the moon? And the moon card came out when I wanted to further talk about this King of Swords. So there is this perfect balance with his yin and yang energy, because you need something firm and solid, and you need something that is free flowing and flexible, right? So let's talk about this some more. Let's talk about this King of Swords, where his power lies is in his connection to his mind, to his intellect, and to spirit, which is why he is accompanied by so many damn winged animals. He's got an owl, he's got a bat, he's got a raven, and a dragonfly. Okay, so look up that symbolism, right? Perched on top of a lush mountain with the other mountains. Sorry, I know that glare is crazy. The other mountains just behind him. Again, like I said, with the Queen of Swords, he has gone to get a higher perspective. He knows he does not know it all. I have to seek the counsel of my spirit animals. I have to seek the counsel of other beings. I have to seek the counsel of Mother Earth. And this is very much giving with this Empress, an expectant father, right? If we're reading these two cards together, an expected father, a loving father, someone who is wondering if they are ready for fatherhood, right? Because he's very much in a pondering state here, right? But he's there to seek wisdom. He's there to connect to the mystic, the oculate, right? He's there to get wisdom, right? Our owl, right? He's there to conquer his dark, his shadow, and integrate himself so that he can come back down to his people, to his wife, to his family, and be a more full, integrated, harmonious being. I'm not really sure what the symbolism is for bats, but they too can see in the dark and in the light, right? So he's coming on top of this mountain to love on these parts of him that are saying he's not good enough, right? Because he's the king, it doesn't mean he doesn't go through these periods of self-doubt. It just means that he knows how to integrate it. It means I need to go on top of this mountain. I gotta go. I gotta get away right quick because there's some soul work and soul growth that's happening. I'm not depressed. I am not beholden. I am not stagnant. I know what I need to do to move. I need to feel these feelings. I need to be in the dark for a little bit. I need to see what I am most afraid of, right? When it comes to expecting this child, when it comes to creating this project, right? Because the Empress also talks to us about creative projects, talking about his fears, and then breathing through it all and knowing that I am a king. I am God. I got this, right? So let's talk. What else you got to say here, Spirit, about parenting, though? Because there's something here about parenting, about the mother-father wound. And again, with this moon card, we've got the dark and the light, right? The shadow self and the light, which we both, we're not getting rid of either. It's about the integration. This might just be talking about creating new family legacies, which I spoke about on my Instagram page a little while ago, about creating new family legacies where my family legacy is that we do not stray from conflict, that we lovingly go into it and resolve conflict with care and deep love. Going into it saying, I'm trying to love you better. So let's talk about this. Right? I'm not going to act like this didn't happen. I'm not going to act like I didn't hurt you. I'm not going to act like I didn't say those hurtful things. We're going to say what needs to be said. Mother and father, right? Under one roof, right? We are no longer a broken family. And even if there is a split in the relationship, we co-parenting, okay? Ain't no breaking up, right? Because we are going to love these children. Like I said, this is giving family legacies, new family vows, right? You guys agree to things, right? And that's one of my things now in my relationships is that we're making agreements with each other, right? We're going to make vows to our children. We're going to make vows to each other. No silent treatment. We're not doing that. We can say, hey, my love, I don't like how this conversation went. I don't like it. I don't feel good. And I want to resolve this with you. But right now, I need some time to go and process. No silent treatment. I'm going to tell you what I am feeling right now, why I'm upset, and also why it's important. You know what I mean? First of all, my partner's already going to know why it's important that I step back and process my feelings, because I'm a better person when I do that. That's how I operate. Right? Whereas they might be someone who likes to resolve, hey, let's talk about it right now. Let's talk about it in 2 hours. Can you give me 2 hours? Right? Whatever. Grace, 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 grace. And that is what the King of Swords has. He is not the stern father. That is him in the reverse. In the reverse, the King of Swords is stern. He is control. He is mean with his tongue. Okay? He is out of his power when he thinks he needs to control a situation. That ain't how it works, baby. Okay. So that is the King of Swords, you guys. I know this video is probably a little bit longer than everything else, but I was just so excited about it. All of this family energy that came out with this Cancer, right? The moon is Cancer. And this was just very much giving me father vibes, which I know is usually Capricorn in the zodiac, but it feels how it feels. So listen to what it feels like, okay? And see what is it trying to teach you? What are these cards asking you to settle into deeply into yourself? Ooh, one last thing about settling. And not settling like this, but settling in a sense of like getting comfy, right? Sitting into the feeling and finding home there. Right. And that's what the King of Swords does. That's what's giving me here with this feather around his wrist, right? A feather for me, like, right, it blows up and then it finds its way softly onto the ground, right? Does that little rocking and then it soothes It settles and it finds home in itself once again. That's what the King of Swords is telling me here. That is the evolved King of Swords. I will see you guys on the next one. Infinite peace and blessings. Peace.